Welcome back to Joe's Math Tools, where math is made easy. In this session, this is part 3 on dividing our proper fraction by an improper fraction. And if you already see how this is done, let's get started. So welcome back. In this session, this is our third part on calculating the quotient of our exact same fraction. So let's begin with our steps for dividing fraction, which tells us to keep our first fraction the same, change our division to multiplication, and to take the reciprocal or flip our second fraction. And that simply means that our denominator becomes our numerator and our numerator becomes our denominator. Now, in the first session, we multiplied our fractions out. In the second video, we simplify both of our fractions. Now for this session, I'm simply going to be simplifying my fraction within the same fraction. So I'm going to be dividing both 9 and 12 by 3 since that is their highest common factor. And 9 divided by 3 will equal to 3. 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. So now that we have completed our multiplication, our simplification, I'm now going to rewrite my fraction, and then I'm going to take a next little crazy step, because one of the good thing about fractions is sometimes we can apply multiple methods to working out a single question. So at this step, you can decide to either simplify the fraction and leave it as, and then work it out to your solution, or you can just multiply the fraction and then simplify afterwards. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my simplifying a little bit further, and I'm going to simplify across my fraction. So all I did for this video is show you that there is more than one ways that you can simplify fractions, because sometimes in working out questions we kind of think that there's one cut method and that's the only way. But for some of our questions, there are multiple ways. Like this question, there are multiple ways you could have solved this. You could have multiplied this out and then simplified just the answer. You could have simplified within the fraction like I did with the second video. Or you could even take this approach and simplify the fraction that you started with and then simplify across fractions like I did. But again, most of us see our working and our numbers differently, which is why for some questions where we can't simplify, the working always looks different. So let's divide our 3 by 3 and divide 9 by 3. So 3 divides into itself once, 3 divides into 9 3 times, and then again you can take your last step and you can even divide 4 by 4 and divide 8 by 4. 4 divides into 8 twice. 4 divides into itself once. And then when we rewrite this fraction, we end up with 2/3. That's my fraction here being multiplied to 1 to the first. And we know that 2 times 1 is equal to 2, and 3 times 1 is equal to 3. Okay, so there you have it. We just went through a fourth step on how we can calculate the quotient of our proper and improper fraction. So remember that with fractions and in cases like this where you can simplify fractions, there are usually more than one approach that you can take to simplify the fraction, especially when there are so many different options. So as always, practice, practice, practice. Develop your skills and return back to Joe's Math Tools to learn more about how to divide fractions easily.